2 videos in one day. How lucky can you be? Well, who could have guessed it? Who could have called it? Who could have predicted it? But Fraud or Troll lost his motion for dismissal for forum non-conveniens and lost his motion for bond. Crazy how anyone could have predicted that. Who could have seen it coming? Certainly not a first-year family law attorney. I'm just shocked by all the protestations that Fraud or Troll made about how I'm not right on this and that Lou's going to carry the day. Oh, shocking, crazy. So there you go. I mean, and the court issued an order to show cause if the parties haven't dismissed by, June 4th or something like that. I could be wrong on the date. Doesn't really matter to me. But the court takes the notice of tentative seriously, the notice of tentative settlement seriously, just like they should. So yeah. In other news, Nasty Nathaniel contacted me a few days ago. Time blurs. I have small children. And wanted me to tune in to the skip tracer because he was going over a amicus brief that Stout pro se litigants filed in his case against some gal in Texas. He filed in Massachusetts. I will say that there is likely going to be a problem with jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction, because I don't see how Massachusetts has personal jurisdiction over a Texas resident. I mean, I'm not saying it's two pro per litigants going at it, and so I don't really care. This is a favor to Nasty. But yeah, if I remember correctly, it's a copyright issue, which I don't understand because it looks like it was talking about recordings of other people. I don't understand it. I didn't want to get too deep into it. Again, it's two pro per litigants going back and forth. I'm not familiar with either one of them. I have no vested interest in it. Nobody that I know of other than the skip tracer is covering it. No one's putting documents in my Discord about it, so there's basically no interest in it. But I will say that I still find it hilarious that Stout pro se litigants is still trying to file amicus briefs. It's not as funny as RC filing the amicus or trying to file the amicus in DMA versus Fraud or Troll. That was fucking hilarious. Because unlike Stout, who's a fucking idiot, RC should know better because he's been an attorney for a long time. My understanding is he's done appellate work. He should understand the amicus brief process. If he doesn't understand it, he as an attorney should be competent enough to figure out the process and figure out what the purpose of an amicus brief is for. An amicus brief is essentially to either give the court guidance on how to interpret the law in questionable areas, and or to give the court an understanding of the impact of a particular decision. For example, if it's a telecommunications lawsuit, a lawsuit involving a telecommunications company, like an association of telecommunications companies might want to file an amicus brief to say how a potential outcome would affect the industry. Or in a firearms case, the NRA might want to file an amicus because they, first of all, have an excellent team of lawyers with an excellent understanding of the law who are going to do a lot of the research for the judge and point out all of the holdings and history and things like that. It's going to help the judge come to a decision. Amicus briefs are not for pro se litigants from Stout pro se litigants to basically just try to meddle in a case. An amicus brief is not a tool to meddle, to interfere in a case. It's a tool to help the court understand the broader law and or the potential impacts of certain rulings. So I joined Skip Tracer's live stream. I listened to about 5 minutes of Stout's amicus brief, and I was like, the court isn't going to allow it. And yesterday, I think it was, I did find out that the court did deny his motion to file an amicus brief. I mean, Stout's fucking retarded. Like, anybody who thinks Stout has a good understanding of the law is a fucking retard. I go back to the debate. He didn't even understand this. I was trying to get him to extrapolate from the holding in, what was that? Some district court case in Florida. I forget the name of it. It was super popular back in the day. All the anti-auditors were latching onto it. And I was trying to get him to extrapolate, well, what happens if it's a busload of tourists? He's like, I'm not going to extrapolate from the case. By the way, he did change the entire scope of the debate immediately before the hearing, which is why, I mean, this is a joke. I didn't take it seriously. But the one thing I did was try to get him to extrapolate. If his holding is correct, how would it deal with like a busload of Japanese tourists who want to take pictures? He's like, I'm not going to extrapolate from the case. And then I pointed out in that debate, but you are extrapolating from the case because you're saying that in this particular situation, this particular city hall, City of Punta Gorda, I think was the name of it. In this particular city hall, where the parties agreed it was I think they agreed it was a non-public forum or a limited public forum. I forget which. I think non-public forum. Where they agreed to that, and the court said, okay, since the parties agreed to it, I'm just going to accept their averment that it's whatever particular type of forum is true, and then went on to its analysis. Stout was, at the same time, you wouldn't extrapolate out to what would happen if a bunch of Japanese tourists would come. You'd only stick on the language of City of Punta Gorda. But he was at the same time extrapolating that every city hall everywhere was that same kind of forum. He's a fucking retard. Like, I don't know why people at all listen to him. Why would you listen to a retard? Don't ask fools for advice. Don't ask people who don't know their asshole from their elbow for advice. Don't listen to random commenters in comment sections giving their 2 cents. If they had anything valuable to say, they would make their own videos and they would let people like me pull up their video and break down exactly why they're fucking retarded. The only reason why I don't pull up videos and go through comments and explain exactly why people are fucking retarded is because no one wants to watch that. But people do seem to like me take apart videos of auditors and anti-auditors. I get a lot of views on those, so those are popular. Not that I'm monetized, but you know, if I'm going to waste my time, I at least want someone to get something out of it. I don't want people just to skip on the video. Anyway, so Stout's motion to file amicus was denied because he's a fucking retard and he has nothing of value to offer the court. A fucking pro se litigant is not going to have more knowledge of the law and a better ability to understand and interpret the law than the federal court's law clerks or the judge himself. Like, you're wasting everybody's time, Stout. You're a fucking retard. Crawl back in your hole and, you know, kick it in your garage with your silly little plaques and pretend you're important, I guess. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.